Good morning, YouTube. I am breaking our YouTube fast with this little solo video. I'm out here with Buddy and, where is he? Butter and Macy's somewhere out in the woods for my morning walk. And I just had some thoughts that I wanted to share, specifically about unschooling and being a mom of an unschooler. And even if you're a dad or a marriage and a partnership that, you guys unschool your kids, I just have some words of advice because we're in our second year, and obviously unschooling is such a taboo topic, and it's kind of a really stupid name for it, just like hypnobirthing, just like all of the things. And I made a video about how we go about unschooling this year, and it's going to be forever changing because that's life. But yeah, the way we do it isn't going to look like, your typical unschooling family, and every single family does it differently. But every single year I go through a little bit of imposter syndrome and FOMO for my kids, and I'm just projecting onto them my fears, and I look down at them and they're laughing and playing and living their best lives, and I'm over here like, oh my God, are they missing out? Am I going to ruin them? And should they be in school? And am I doing this wrong? And do I have enough skills? Don't be mean to him. Do I have enough skills under my belt to be able to do this for them? And when I have that feeling, it's a really dark place, because then you can't be your full self for your kids, which is the whole point of unschooling, which is it's an education led by their interests. It's an interest-led learning method. It's not like we're not doing anything. It's not like we're against school. It's not like we are de-schooling them completely. That is not the case at all. Do your own research if you're interested in unschooling, or if you have your judgments. But for moms out there, or the provider who is providing the unschooling, when you get into that dark place, this has helped me time and time again. I've had probably 4 of these little ones here and there, but 4 really deep ones where I'm like, I'm so not cut out for this. What the hell am I doing? I go on and I research. I literally research. I find other moms who are doing this and successfully doing this, unschooled adults who were unschooled and interest-led taught their entire life, and they're successful running businesses. They have a YouTube channel. They are able to speak in public. They are able to go to the grocery store like a normal person. They were not ruined by the lack of a system. And I just listen to those guys and the kids who are older and able to, talk about their story and the things that they loved, the things that they wished they could change. Other moms who are doing this, and it really helps me. And they always guide me with philosophies or just the way that they're doing it. I'm like, that's what we do. And I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. Or just sending you off to find a really nice book that'll help you to just understand the philosophy and get back to the reason, your why. Why are you doing this for your children? Why are you doing this? Why was this the best fit for your family? And who knows, at the end of your research, at the end of the book that you've chosen, the podcast you've listened to, maybe you'll question that. That is amazing. That is the whole point. If you question it, then maybe this is not the right path, and you need to seek out a different path, or put a little more structure into your unschooling, or take a little more structure out of your homeschooling to be a little more interest-led, and whatever this may be. That is the entire point, and that is what we are trying to do in front of our kids, so that they can learn how to learn and love learning and fall in love with discovery and all of those things. Life is an endless journey of discovery and learning and wanting to pursue different paths if that is what you like to do. I know there are some cases where people just fall in love with the same career path and they do that for 50 years, and that's totally fine. No judgment. So with all that being said, I'm just like, why am I going through this a couple times a year? And the answer is, for me at least, is because subconsciously every other human, the majority of humans, are just following the cookie cutter way of living. They go to school from 9 to 5 for 13 years, and then they graduate and they go to college for more education, which is beautiful. And then they go right into their 9 to 5. And that's just the way that we've been doing it since the Industrial Revolution. And now we're past that. We're past that. We have, we've set our stones for that. We don't need to be living this way. And we're just caught up in this way of doing things that is so old school. And I don't buy into it. I just don't. It doesn't feel natural for me or my family. And yeah, but since everyone else, most people are doing it this way, if you don't have people in your general circle that are doing it the way you're doing it, or find people, you have to seek online support with people who are doing it the way that you're wanting to do it. And you have to do that, or you feel like you're out of tribe, out of community, and just a solo hermit. And that is not a good place to be. So some tips I would say, find some staple accounts on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, people that are unschooling their kids that you look up to and you're like, they are doing it. Like, if I ever have my doubts, I'm going to hop on, see what she's doing with her kids today. And that's where I'll be. That's my basis. That's my rock. Or YouTube channels of people who are diving into their story and their history behind unschooling. And they were a pioneer, unschooling their kids back when it wasn't even a thing. Books to read, to build your foundation, build your knowledge behind this way of doing life with your kids. And then just going out into the world. Just go the heck out into the world. Like, for us, buddy, no, come on. Look at him. He's just up there. He's trying to run away. He's trying to follow me. See? Careful. Good boy. But look at this. Oh my gosh. We live in a beautiful home, and I've always kind of lived in the country, even throughout apartments. I was raised on a countryside with closer neighbors than I have now, but I was raised in the country. Now I live in the woods, the literal woods. My apartments have always been close to parks and stuff. It's so easy for us to not go anywhere, and then I just feel like a straight up hermit, and I have to go places, and then I feel like this looming feeling of like, oh, we don't belong in society, like, oh, we're doing something wrong. And that is when we need to get out of the house, find other people on the internet that are living like us, so we don't seem like we're just doing this as a pioneer on our own, which people have done that. The pioneers of unschooling and homeschooling, they did it on their own, just by intuition and the fact that it felt right. No one was like, putting up podcasts about how, oh, this is what you should do and this is okay, we're doing it too. No, they were just doing it because that's what felt right. So anyways, for unschooling moms or homeschooling moms that have this feeling, those are some tips that help me time and time again. And we're only on our second full year with homeschooling, and it is going absolutely beautifully. Not that every day is perfect. We go through our days, our ups and downs, our ebbs and our flows, just like every other human in the entire world. But I love it. The kids are loving it. I'm always tuning in and asking them, their opinions on it, and making sure that Addison still wants to follow this route. And we're living our best lives over here, but it doesn't mean that it is always perfect. And those are just some little tidbits that I want to pass along to anyone else who might be struggling in their own mind. And you don't have to be. The first thing, and then I'll wrap this up. The first thing that I saw when I got on to do my research was a woman who was homeschooled and unschooled. And she's like, first of all, I was homeschooled and unschooled, so I'm on the other side of that. I survived. I'm smart. I know how to research. I know how to do life. So I'm going into homeschooling my kids without the fear and the imposter syndrome that I'm going to ruin them. And she's like, it's my only hope to start this YouTube channel to give you that knowledge that you're not going to ruin your kid. You can go into this with confidence. And I want you to avoid the feelings that my parents probably had when they were pioneers. And anyways, now I'm rambling, but she survived. And just seeing that and how confidently she was doing this with her children because she was homeschooled made me feel so relaxed and so in my purpose. And so, yeah, that's where I'll leave it today. Hopefully this helped someone, because I was on the internet 2 days ago, just like scrambling for other moms who were feeling the way that I was feeling, and I found them and they helped me through it just like they always do. And it was beautiful, and that's that. So have a beautiful Sunday. The plan is to get back to vlogging this week. We haven't been vlogging the past week. I've just not been in the mood. I've been tired. The baby was going through just like sleep regression. Lane was sick, and the baby got a little sick, so she wasn't sleeping. So it just wasn't the vibe. But we are fully indulging in this slow season that is the holidays, and really enjoying it like my childhood self would want, my childlike self would want to do. And so who knows how much we're going to vlog, but we are planning to get back on YouTube this week. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great Sunday.